this video, I'm going to give you a tour of the Procreate Dreams interface so you will know how to navigate around as you create your animations. When you open up Procreate Dreams, you will step into the theater, and this is where all your movies are. So if you're familiar with Procreate, it has the gallery of artworks and Dream has a theater of movies. So here you can see I've got a whole bunch of movies in my theater. A couple things you can do in the theater, you can long hold on a project and you can see different options have appeared, like you can rename, duplicate, share, copy or delete the project. Over here, there are two different options where you can store the files on your iCloud Drive or you can store files on my iPad. Over here, you have got the select button where you can select different movies. But most importantly, we have this little plus sign in the upper right and we type that to create a movie. You can swipe all down to get these different templates in different sizes and resolution. But for now, let's choose the widescreen template. There are some options before you jump into a project here. Under the three dots, you can type that and you can set your default frames per second and durations. Let's go ahead and just set those at the default. Then let's go ahead and tap empty and that will take us into the Procreate Dreams interface. The interface is divided into three parts. Up here is the stage. Then in the middle we have the toolbar and then down here is the timeline. Starting up here is your movie plays, but we also have outside stage that we call the backstage. This is called, the gray area is called the backstage, and this is the non-visible area around the stage, so elements that are in this area would be out of the frame, and it's great to have all extra working area because you can have something over here and then bring it into your movie and go back out, and we will get to play with that a lot. The other thing in the stage is this, the time code, and you can actually tap it to access some different options for editing your onion skin and setting the background color of your project. Don't worry about that. For now, we will definitely revisit that soon. Next up, we have the toolbar, which is this bar that goes across the middle. Starting over on the left hand side, we have these little rectangles and that will just take us back out to the theater. Let's go back into our project and then this is your movie name. By clicking on it, different options have appeared. Here you have movie properties. You can set frames per second and the duration of the movie, as well as the resolution. There are some different options under stage playback. This is also really important. This is where you could export your movies, but we will come back to that once we have made some animation. And then there is some other preferences. We have some different options like draw and paint mode, gestures, history, etc. Okay, let's go back into a movie. Then we have some tools over here on the right hand side. The first icon is the play button. The next one is the little circle, and that is how you enter the performing mode, which is how you can record movements, actions, effects in real time. We'll get to play around a lot in that. Next we have this icon. This is the select button. You can cut, copy, paste, duplicate tracks as you wish. Next we have is the draw and paint mode. If you tap on it, you will enter into the draw and paint mode. You can draw characters, etc. Now we can see we have this little plus sign. If you tap on it, you can add different tracks, photos, videos, text, files, etc. Now suppose if I want to add a file, you can just tap. You can select any of the file you want to import. Like if I select this, tap on open. You can see the file will import and you can see the file has already been imported into your Procreate Dreams. Let's go ahead and visit the draw and paint mode. If you tap on it, you can see some different essential tools are there, like your brushes. If you tap on it, you can see all the different brush sets have appeared. Then we have the smudge tool, eraser, we have layers option, and we also have the color picker. If you'd be using Procreate, you can see that these options are also similar to Procreate. So let's suppose if I want to choose a color, if I choose a blue color, let's draw something here. Then I can select a brush out here. Let's go for the chalk brush and I will draw a simple circle. If I want to increase the size of the brush, you can select here, you can drag for up and down and also for the opacity. Right? One thing I want to show you right off the bat is when you are drawing in Procreate Dreams, you are not confined to draw within the bounds of this stage, which is the little gray rectangle. You can actually draw anywhere inside or outside the stage. You can draw over here, you can draw over here, you can draw over here. Like I've mentioned before, you can draw elements over here and then move them into the screen. When you animate, you can draw like really long backgrounds and then scroll across to make some camera movements. Alright, so you can see we have created a big mess. We have to undo them. So in order to undo, just take 2 fingers and tap on the screen. This will undo the objects. Now in order to redo, we have to take 3 fingers, tap on the screen like this, and this will redo. Then you can take 2 fingers and you can hold them down for a continuous redo, and that will go all the way back really fast. And then of course you can take 3 fingers down for a continuous redo. I think those gestures are some of the ones you will probably use in Procreate Dreams. But in the next lesson, I'll be teaching you even more gestures for working in Procreate Dreams. Okay, let's go back to drawing. Let's choose a color. I'll draw another circle. Let's choose purple color and choose a brush. I will take the same brush, increase the size, and I'll draw another circle here. Now when we do that, you notice something has filled up in our timeline area, and this is a track. And this track is filled up with a piece of content. When it comes to Procreate Dreams, you can think of tracks as containers that hold content. Your tracks are the entire duration of this movie. You can fill it with multiple pieces of content. You can adjust the duration of this piece of content by just dragging the edge of the piece of content, or you can just long press the content and you can choose fill duration. You can see the entire timeline has been filled. Likewise, you can also repeat the same with this content. You can choose fill duration. And now in order to fill up the entire timeline till here, you can choose one of the edge of the timeline and just drag like this. And the same you can repeat with this as well. You can see the entire timeline has been filled up. Now, you can also move content forward or backward in the timeline like this. By long pressing on a content, you can move forward or backward. You can also move the track up or down like this. Got it? It is good to know that tracks that are at the top will be in front of the tracks that are at the bottom. Now, if you tap and hold on a piece of content, some options have appeared. Now you can rename a piece of content. You can highlight, choose highlight, blend modes, mask, fill duration like we have just already did. You can choose track options and you can delete the content. Here are 3 different options: cut, copy and paste. But let's go ahead and exit back to the gallery. You have this little symbol with the rectangles here. Just tap on it and like this, you will exit into the gallery. In the next video, we are going to talk a little bit more about gestures. So, goodbye for now. See you in the next lesson. Bye bye.